She stood in front of me in the hallway and said, "Mark, you do realize you're nothing here without me, right? Nobody even notices you. You're furniture." The whole department heard it. Nobody said a word. I nodded, because in my pocket, my phone was already recording, and it was day 73. My name is Mark. 8 years at this company, an analyst, never late, never made a scene. I had my own desk by the window, my own projects, my own quiet life. On Monday, she arrived. Diana, the new hire. Day 1, lunch. She sat down next to me in the cafeteria like we'd known each other for years. "Mark, you drive past downtown after work, right? Give me a ride? I've got bags. It's awkward." I agreed. First day for her. Why not? On the way, she asked me to stop at a coffee shop. "Grab me a latte. I'll wait in the car. My feet are killing me." I got it. She didn't even offer to pay. I said nothing, but something inside me clicked. Tuesday, she was waiting by my car again after work, just standing there, like it was normal. "We need to swing by the dry cleaners today. I have to pick up some things. It's close, 10-minute detour." At the cleaners, she went in, came back with 3 bags. "Put these in the trunk. I'll break a heel on this pavement." I loaded them. Thursday, she called me right in the middle of a client call. I declined. She called again. I stepped out of the meeting room. "Mark, I forgot my charger at home. Swing by and bring it. My phone's dying." "Diana, I'm on a call with a client. So, after, I'll text you the address." She texted the address. I went after the call, brought the charger. She took it without even looking at me. Friday, team meeting. She showed up 20 minutes late, walked in, dropped her bag on the table, and said in front of everyone, "Mark, you have my materials, right? Print copies for everyone. The printer's over there." I stood up, printed them, handed them out. Thomas nodded at her with a smile. Nobody looked at me. It became routine. Every morning, her cup would appear on my desk. "Mark, you're heading to the kitchen, right? Grab me one, you know how I take it." I wasn't heading to the kitchen, but I went. Once I brought the wrong one, she set the cup back on my desk and said, "This isn't it. I drink it without sugar," and walked off. I went again. One morning she called me at 8 a.m. "Mark, I'll be there in an hour. Park further from the entrance. I want your spot. It's shaded." I moved my car, parked at the far end of the lot, walked in through the rain. One day she walked up to my desk in front of 5 coworkers, dropped a list in front of me, and said, "Mark, I need this by lunch. Snacks for the conference room. It's all written down." I looked at the list. Fruit, sparkling water, cookies, napkins. "No, please. No, if you don't mind. Just a list." I got up, drove to the store, bought everything, brought it back, set it up. She walked into the conference room, glanced at the table and said, "Mark, I asked for peaches. These are nectarines." Turned around and left. Week 4, she asked me to pick up her nephew from school because she was running late at a meeting. "The school's near the office, 15 minutes. His name's Luca. He knows an uncle's picking him up from work." I wasn't his uncle. I was an analyst with 8 years of seniority, but I went, picked up the boy, drove him to her place. Luca stared at his phone the entire ride and said nothing. Diana texted me when I was already driving back. "Thanks." By the 3rd month, she stopped pretending altogether. Team meeting, the whole department present. I'm presenting the project numbers. She cuts in without even looking up from her phone. "Hold on, Mark. Do you even understand what you're saying right now? This is kindergarten stuff." A few chuckles. Thomas says nothing. The following week, another meeting. I start speaking. "Mark." She raises her hand without looking at me. "Please be quiet. Let the adults talk." Laughter. Louder this time. One day she came to my desk with her laptop and set it right on top of my paperwork. "Mark, my presentation won't open. Fix it." I fixed it. She took it back without a word. An hour later, she returned. "The font's wrong. Change it." I changed it. Half an hour later, again. "The images are compressed. Swap them for real ones." I swapped them. 3 days later, she presented that exact deck to leadership as her own work. One Friday evening, when almost everyone had already left, she walked up to my desk in her coat, bag in hand. "Mark, I need the report on the Hensel account tomorrow. Quarterly numbers, trends, forecast, in my inbox by 10 a.m. "Diana, tomorrow's Saturday." She looked at me the way you'd look at someone who just said something incredibly stupid. "I know what day it is, Mark," and walked out. I stayed, did the report, sent it at 9:58 a.m. She never replied. One time, on a client call with London, 40 minutes, everyone silent, listening, she messaged me in the chat right in the middle of the call. "Mark, go to the break room and get me a sandwich, I'm hungry." I was on that same call. I was the one presenting. I typed, "I'm leading this call." She typed back, So what? There'll be a pause. There was no pause. She typed again. Come on, Mark. I got up in the middle of my own presentation, walked out, bought a sandwich, came back. The client asked where I'd gone. Thomas shot me an irritated look. Diana ate the sandwich and didn't look at anyone. Once she asked me in front of 3 coworkers, go grab my jacket from the car, here are the keys, and tossed them onto my desk like loose change. I got up, went, brought the jacket. Not that one, she said. There's another, blue, on the back seat. I went again. Then came the promotion. Thomas announced it at the all hands. Diana Kowalski was being named head of project operations. The whole department stood and applauded. Coworkers hugged her, took photos, flooded the group chat with congratulations. Someone brought a cake, someone bought flowers. I sat at my desk and stared at my screen. Friday, she threw a celebration dinner. A restaurant, 22 people, the whole department, table reserved, wine, 3 courses, toasts, everyone laughing, giving speeches. Diana, you transformed our department. Diana, you're the best manager we've ever had. To Diana. She sat at the head of the table, accepted every toast, smiling. I sat at the far end, ate in silence, and listened to 22 people talk about how wonderful she was. At the end of the night, when the check arrived, she picked it up, didn't even glance at the total, and slid it across the entire table, loudly, in front of everyone. Mark, pay this. Not be a friend. Not, if you don't mind. Not, I'll pay you back. Just, Mark, pay this. As if it were his job. As if that's just how things were. 22 people looked at me. Some looked away. Some reached for their glass. Thomas studied the tablecloth. I picked up the check. Looked at the total. 1,840 euros. Took out my card. Paid. Good, she said, and turned back to her guests. Didn't even say thank you. The following week, she came in as the new manager, took her own office, and on her very first day, she called me in. Mark, come here. I walked in. She was sitting behind her new desk. Listen, I need you to take over my old workload, on top of your own. I'm focused on strategy now. I don't have time. That's double the workload, Diana. She looked at me with mild irritation. Mark, it's not a big deal for you. You're here all day anyway. I went back to my desk and quietly added one more entry to the log. Day 73, the hallway. She's talking to 2 coworkers, and as I walk past, she says, not even lowering her voice, look at this. This is Mark. 8 years, same spot. You know why? Because people like him are convenient. They never push back, just furniture, useful furniture. All 3 look at me. I stopped, smiled. Diana, you have an important meeting at 3. The materials are on your desk. And walked back to my seat, took out my phone, hit stop. Recording, 4 minutes 38 seconds, excellent quality. I opened my laptop, opened the folder, 340 pages, 23 screenshots of messages, 12 audio recordings, 4 videos from meetings, a spreadsheet logging every date and every incident, from day 1 to today, receipts totaling 2,340 euros, documentation on 3 projects she'd claimed as her own, and in a separate file, the story of the 1,840 euros dinner with the names of all 22 witnesses. I started writing the email. Recipients: the CEO, the head of compliance, legal, headquarters, HR. Subject line: systematic abuse, psychological pressure, and misconduct. 73 documented incidents. The email went out at 6:47 p.m. I closed my laptop, grabbed my coat, drove home. 2 days later, Diana didn't show up for work. 4 days later, her things were gone from her desk. A week later, Thomas sat in front of a review board trying to explain why he'd looked the other way on 37 documented incidents. He couldn't. A month later, the CEO called me into his office. He stood up when I walked in, shook my hand. Mark, what you did, that's exactly how a professional should handle this. We reviewed every document. We'd like to offer you her position at the salary she negotiated when she was hired, plus reimbursement for every expense. I sat down across from him. When do I start? On my first day, I walked into the new office, the same one. There was a coffee machine on the desk. I poured my own cup, sat down, and got to work. At 9:15, there was a knock on the door. One of my coworkers walked in, the same one who'd laughed the loudest at every meeting, set a cup of coffee on my desk. Mark, I was thinking, if you ever need anything, just say so. I looked at him, then at the cup, then back at him. Thank you, I said. Not right now. Quiet people don't stay silent because they have nothing to say. They stay silent, and they keep count.